here to celebrate two things. First of all, the book, The Vulture's Lair. And we have our distinguished author, Hallur Hallsson, here, who will address you in a moment. And then we are here to launch the No campaign against Europe. Iceland is not going into the European Union. But it is my pleasure to introduce Hallur Hallsson. Hallur is one of our most well-known journalists and author in Iceland, and he wrote this book. And let me tell you what Daniel Hannan said about this book, because we know that what Daniel Hannan reads, he throws it out of the window, or he says something like this. It's in the front here. Here it is. Let's see it. The best book to have come out of Iceland since the Nobel Prize-winning independent people.
Coming from Iceland, where we have the world's oldest parliament. Our two nations, we are islanders, it binds us together, and I often think that the Icelandic and the English mentality are the same. It's the islander, independent and proud people. And incredibly enough, it's unbelievable to think of it, that now that we are in negotiations with the bureaucrats in Brussels, they say, hey guys, you have to hand back the fishing banks. And this is total madness. This is what they are saying. And no wonder the Icelanders are opposed to it, but you never know. And they are putting up propaganda offices in Reykjavik and in Akureyri. And they'll be putting a lot of money into the Yes campaign, probably next year. So the Vulture, this is the one background of the Vulture. Another very important theme in the Vulture is this, you could say, Orwellian touch, so to speak. And the future state and what's happening, the trend, what's happening in Europe, and Krumme's theory of what happened in Europe in the 20th century, which he claims is the no theory. The no theory. It's a special kind of mindset that is trying and is always trying to force people, how do you say it, under the wings, trying to control people. It's the authoritarian mind, the authoritarian mindset. And Krumme is thinking a lot about this mindset. He puts forward his nay theory, and you have to read about it in the book.
Well, I'm extremely glad to be here, and also in the company of such sound people. As I look round the room, I think Austin Mitchell here, who's one of the most clear speakers on the European issue in the Labour Party and has been consistently for generations. I see David Stoddart, likewise, the House of Lords. We have Christopher Gill, great friend of mine who performed enormous service to us in the House of Commons. John Whittingdale, Margaret Thatcher's private secretary, and now chairman of a very important select committee looking into the whole question of hacking. Mark Reckless, a new member of Parliament. Douglas Carswell. And I just simply want to say what an enormous pleasure it is. I've read part of this book, I haven't completed it yet. It does say at the beginning, the first great Eurosceptic novel the world has been waiting for.
I hope and will campaign for Iceland not to join the European Union. I think it would be disastrous. But just as it says on the back of your book, Europe's future is at stake, and only a fisherman from Iceland can save the continent from a dark dictatorship. I warn you that a fisherman from Grimsby couldn't do it, but you have, because you have the fishermen and the fish, a powerful weapon to use in the argument with Europe and the argument for staying out. It would be a folly to hand your fishing resources over to the common fisheries policy and have them looted by European vessels in the way ours have been. So I think fish are a powerful weapon in your fight, and I wish you joy of it. It would be disastrous for Iceland to join.
Hallur, first of all, congratulations on the English publishing of your good book. I'd like to start by saying that I believe that it is because of the great effort that people like Hallur have put into the discussion on Iceland and the European Union in the last 2 years that there has been a great turnaround in public opinion towards the matter. That is also true because of what is happening in Europe, and I must say that it is with great pleasure that I come to this house to meet with Hallur and all the people that are here to listen to the kinds of arguments we just heard, which tell such a big story about what it means to be inside, and we too seldom hear about up in Iceland. We have a very peculiar political situation in Iceland where there is no true will behind the application which was put forward in 2009. Nevertheless, the government just continues, and we now have a situation where Iceland is the one EFTA nation out of the ones that are in the European Economic Area which has been in the longest dialogue for entering into the European Union. And we still haven't come to any negotiation conclusions on so many chapters.